I've been racking my brain trying to think of a good response to this. The judge guy is a guy who starts a bowling clinic for the whole city of Philadelphia and invites all of the Catholic League to come and helps all the players on all the other teams get better while he's the coach of Father Judge. Just because that's how he was raised and that's how much he loves the sport of bowling and loves to see kids succeed in life. He was probably the most selfless person that I ever met. He was the ultimate people person. You could not go anywhere in basically the United States without someone knowing him. When he first started coaching Judge back in '94, he was known as Coach. So all you hear is coach. You hear someone yell coach, and then, his head goes up like a dog, and he goes around, and then someone, he was a hugger, so he hugged everybody, and and then he loved to talk. So it was, it was never like oh, how you doing, how's the family, 2-minute conversation. It was a good half hour, 45-minute conversation. So imagine being out to dinner and he runs into someone, and I'm sure my mom wasn't always happy about that, but it's just who he was. And then after he graduated and I got to the age where, we could start talking about where I'm going to high school, he didn't give me an option. I was going to Judge, and that was that. And once I got here and started playing sports and everything, he really became enthused with the whole Judge, the aura of Judge. My sophomore year, the coach Schmidt asked him to be the assistant coach, which he, of course, took. Coach Schmidt was about to retire, and we had a meeting right after the season was over, and he told us he was going to retire, thinking about it, and asked my permission to write a letter of recommendation for my dad. And I was like, of course, that would be the best thing for everybody. And my dad took over our junior year. We won my junior year and my senior year. So we had back-to-back Catholic League championships, his first 2 seasons as a head coach. Once he became a part of this community, this became a part of his family. And he was just amazing. I was raised to respect everybody, to respect my elders. I was raised that when you meet someone, you stand up and shake their hand, hold the doors open for the women. Everyone is Mr. and Mrs. I have uncles who aren't my uncles, just out of respect. I call them uncle. Like the old-fashioned, old-school mentality of respecting everybody, and that's I got that from him. And that was the values. Good sportsmanship, always, win or lose, your head's up, no crying. You shake your opponent's hand, you give your all on the field or on the bowling alley or whatever you're doing, you give your all. And, I still take that every day when I go to work. I have his ashes right by the front door, and I see him every morning. And I go to work, and I know that I'm going to give 100% at work today because that's what my dad taught me, and that's how I was raised. He loved wearing the blue. I actually almost brought his scarf. I bought him a scarf when they first came out, and as soon as fall started, it would be 75 degrees outside, and he would have that scarf on, and it wouldn't matter. And it's old and it's crusty, but it was his scarf, and he was, and he wore all his jackets that he won from all his championships with everywhere. We couldn't go to a family party or anything without him having something with Father Judge on it. And we just cleaned out his closets, and my mom said he had like 37 Judge polo shirts and jackets, and she was like, the whole one section of the closet was baby blue. And all he wanted to do once he started coaching was be known as a Judge guy, have that definition, have people look at him and say, there's Coach, and think of him as a Judge guy. And this is just the icing on top of the cake for him. The induction means just as much to my family as it would to my dad. My mom did give a lot to my dad coaching, and he made a joke when he went into the Pennsylvania Hall of Fame that that's the only reason why they stayed married for so long, because they never saw each other. They would see each other literally 2 hours a day in the early afternoon. My mom was a crossing guard, so before she went to her lunch shift, my dad would wake up and I guess they would have breakfast or lunch or whatever they would do, and yeah, 2-3 hours a day for 25 years. So I believe my mom is just as deserving as this award as anybody. And me personally, being a Father Judge graduate and knowing how much it means to my dad, this means the world to me. And I want to thank Kevin Kilkenny in the Hall of Fame for inducting my dad.